Prime Minister Amor Mottley says in addition to hurricanes, Barbados is facing a groundwater crisis. She suggests replacing the country's old water mains is a 20 to 25-year exercise. This is one of the ways the funds from the Resilience and Sustainability Trust will be put to use.
We look forward to this being able to help us with coastal defense, water mains, a number of other early warning systems, and above all else, the repurposing and reconstruction of our housing stock. If we get hit tomorrow, my greatest fear is that we will lose about 70% of our low and lower middle income housing stock because of the manner in which roofs were constructed for the last 60 years. And that's part and parcel of why we call it a roofs to reefs project, because we have to change from our roofs right back down to the rebuilding of our coral reefs.
Last week, the IMF revealed its executive board had agreed on a 36-month extended fund facility in the amount of $113 million for the island and $189 million from the Resilience and Sustainability Trust. Managing Director of the IMF, Kristalina Georgieva, explains why the new venture is important.
Unless we change the trajectory of carbon emissions in emerging markets and developing economies, now, by 2030, they would contribute 66% of the emissions, 20% more than they did some decade ago. So for all of us, and that goes to all hands on deck, for all of us, it is so critical that we help emerging markets and developing countries to transform to low carbon and climate resilient trajectory, or otherwise we are all cooked.
The money from the trust significantly lengthens the period before repayment. Prime Minister Mottley says while the IMF has done its part in this regard, she wants other institutions to follow suit. That, she believes, will allow the country space to invest in education, health, and other areas that will benefit citizens.
I can't bring back a country after social implosion in under a generation. So that we need to understand that if ever there was a time for us to revisit debt sustainability metrics, it is now. And every dollar of debt is not equivalent. A dollar of debt to build a school does not give me the same rate of return as quickly as a dollar of debt to build a geothermal facility. So that we have to ask the economists, with all due respect, to dig a little deeper and to be a little more granular in terms of its metrics. And if we use these crude proxies, then we end up with crude results, which means people fall in between the cracks.
As Prime Minister Mottley continues her call for greater political will to address challenges facing small island states, she's revealed France's President Emmanuel Macron has agreed to a summit in June or July. The focus will be on changing the basis on which financing goes to the global south. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.